Good evening everyone, Paul Daniels here with What I Fix Daily. So it's Sunday evening and we've still got machines to fix because I work every day. And this one here has come in originally, funnily enough, with another user profile lockout, which was registry fix that we did the other day. And I've just noticed it's running a little bit hot. I'm sitting on about 60 degrees centigrade, and that's just doing DD rescue. So it's a little warm. I'm not even actually copying the drive, I'm simply testing it for defects. So if I run the good old burn, it jumps up to 90 degrees fairly quickly, and so to me that's a little higher than what I would expect for a machine like this. I have worked on these ones plenty of times before. They do run a little warm because they are an i5 crammed into a laptop case, but it is going a bit hotter than what I would consider acceptable. It's also never been cleaned out before, and well, I don't really need many other reasons. So I'm going to pop it open. Most likely we're going to find lint in the heat exchange fins, and we'll just clear that out and give this thing a bit of a better life for running. Yes, it's already up at 90. It doesn't seem to go over 90, 92. Whether it's the CPU throttling back or what, I'm not exactly sure. But like I said, it's really just not a good thing to be having, and while I have it in here I may as well get it sorted out. And if it's not choked up at all, then obviously I don't charge the customer or anything. Okay. Just gonna kill those burn sessions. The other thing is it actually takes a while to come back down to 60. It sort of lags out down to here, which is what I've noticed tends to happen if you've got lint built up on the inside of the radiator. Could be wrong though, always a good time to be wrong. Alright, let's close this. I don't have to worry about this DD rescue. It's at 236 gigs. I can always just resume that later anyway. Shut down. Just going to put it on my foam padding. Alright, let's get into this. I know some of you might say the foam padding could generate static electricity and whatnot, but realistically it's that's not going to be a problem here. I've said it in other videos, I don't know whether some people are just predisposed to being static generators and others not. Oh great, we've got a missing screw down there, so obviously something's knocked that chassis. Let me check. Yeah, we've got a broken chassis on the side here too. There's a crack, so this has taken a hit at some point. Fortunately, I suspect it must have been off, because the hard drive still seems to behave pretty good. Hard drives will take a fair bit of a beating as long as they're off. It's when they're on and running that's when the real trouble comes about, because those, oops, nearly caused myself some damage there. Too busy talking. Oh, and to you trolls out there, fuck you. And as usual, these hard drive holders get stuck on that metallicized grid mesh tape. Yeah, I'm gonna break my fingernail if I do that. And I don't mean in a delicate like, oh no, I upset my fingernail. I mean it's gonna rip back there and cause bleeding and pain. Alright, got the spudger that we need just to lift these up a tad or move it. There we go. You can feel when it cracks off the tape, and out it comes. Come on. This is interesting. And I've got broken bits of plastic there. Definitely has taken a hit. Let's see what else we got. Those are out. Those are out. There's nothing actually under there. Although there may be cables, but I would expect them to be under here, but we'll check anyway. Yep, nothing. Where's Pacer check though? You get these people who seem to think they know everything and are never wrong and are absolutely 100% professionals and all that sort of shit. Realistically, they will be proven wrong most days of their lives. It's just the way things go. We all are wrong about things, we all make mistakes, and we're all constantly learning. And at the time that you ever think that you're the best or you're infallible, it's pretty much going to be the time that you completely fuck up. And if you've been a lovely jerk all your life and alienated people, and that's usually when you find out pretty damn well. Alright. I think we've pretty much got everything out of there. I'll get the keyboard out. I do really wish manufacturers would make it easier to get into these fan systems. I know some of them do. But as a general rule, it's not what they do. I suppose they don't really care about people servicing them much. There's probably other design priorities that take precedence. Actually, do I need to? No, I don't. Hold on. I've got one in there. Not anymore, we don't. And this one. I don't know why, but it seems like the lights are dimmer right now. Okay, let's get our spudger in there. Start filling it up. Check underneath, make sure we're not tearing at anything, and we're good. Ah, wonderful. We've got to take the mainboard out. That's off, that's off. Another speaker off. Which means I have to... Great. Pull that cable out. Now this is a more upmarket board. It's actually got a separate NVIDIA GPU on it. So it probably doesn't help the temperatures either. Alright, what do we got? Don't tell me we're being held down over here by something stupid. I'm going to have to loosen up the speaker because I don't want to jam the cable as I pull it out. I mean, I could do it, but it's not very nice. Looking for my hold downs, looking for something holding it back. So here's the fun thing of doing PC laptops. Even the same models can end up being different. I know what's causing it. Normally I always do this, but no. There we go. Decided not to do it this time, eh? Let's see if we can... well, thank goodness we were able to do that. We could actually get the board turned around without having to take the power connector out. Well, there's a small amount of lint in there. I honestly wouldn't consider it a massive amount. I mean, it is slightly choked up, but I honestly wouldn't call that a lot. So, there's my brush. What I'll do is take the metal top side off, and then we can get access to the fan impeller. Sometimes they come out, sometimes they don't. As in the actual impeller assembly itself. In this case, this one doesn't come out. Don't try to force those things too much. You will break those impeller fins. And I will clean off this inside here. Okay, let's reassemble the fan. I was admittingly hoping for more junk on the fan, but this case wasn't as much as I thought. Doesn't hurt to check. Sometimes you're right, sometimes you're wrong. I think about looking at all the various Lewis Rossman videos and, well, so many other people's videos who do these sort of things for a living, as in, you know, board repair, no matter what they actually do. And everybody makes certain guesses about what something could be based on their previous experiences. And even in spite of that, you still get plenty of them being wrong. It's just the way it goes. If you think you're going to be right every single time, then this is definitely not the business for you, because you will be destroyed very quickly with disappointment. This is definitely not the industry for people who think they know the answer just by looking at things. Well, don't get me wrong, you know, over time you do get better at it, but there's always a better fault to come along and make you work hard for the day. Always. Time to put everything back together. Top side back on. You may wonder a little bit how I know where all the screws go back to. Well, I'll tell you what, it's just a bit of luck in some ways. Although, at least with this being filmed, I can always tell. But I find if you get the machine open and then shut within about 15 minutes, your memory does a pretty good job of telling you where everything is. And if you forget, like I said, you can always go back to your video footage, or sometimes you can go on the internet and check out where certain screws are. The other thing is, of course, a lot of them are marked as to what they are. If you're really not confident in your memory of these things, just take photos of everything. It works well enough. Looks like I lost some footage there, sorry. Too busy fixing things. Now remember, this one here was the short special one. There we go. I didn't want to tighten that up too much because that one's actually got the broken plastic around it. The captive nut part seems okay, but yeah, don't trust much else. Okay, let's get out DVD drive back in. Come on, there we go. Alright, I've got a couple of screws left only because two of them belong to here. But I'm going to try and put them in there, and I'll get the spares for the drive back. That went in okay. And that feels okay. So they obviously rattled out. Alright. Get this back up. Come on. There you go. Alright, looks like I just need one screw. And we're back together. I've mentioned it before, but as a rule, I always use these wireless keyboards and mice rather than working directly on the client's keyboard and touchpad. I know occasionally I do it, but as a rule I prefer to use the wireless. Just makes it easier to be typing on a keyboard you're used to, and of course you're reducing the amount of gunk that you pick up from here. Mind you, I can't be talking much today because I'm not wearing any gloves. The other thing is, of course, you're not putting too much gunk on there. Okay, here we go. Temperature time. Okay, we're going to run 4 instances of the burn. And we'll see how we go. Alright, we're back. Let's see, it's been about 6-7 minutes and we've leveled out at about 85 degrees. So we've shaved about 5 or 6 degrees off the operating temperature. It really isn't a significant amount. So in this case I've sort of jumped the gun a little bit, but given the age of the machine, it was pushing over 90 degrees. It was a reasonable precaution to take, and in this case I'm happy enough that I opened it up, had a look, cleaned out what I did, and like I said, you know, we got 6 degrees improvement, but that's what, barely 8% overall. I won't be charging the client for this one. As it is, they're already being charged for the what do you call it, the user account issue, so no biggie, and at least we know it works and it isn't anything else. Anyway, that's it for today. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. And as always, if you're wondering about what the software that I'm using, or any of the tools that I use, or any of the tools that I talk about that I want, like a microscope, they're all in the links below in the description. And yeah, if you do have any questions that aren't answered or you want more clarification on them, just send me a message on the comments or in the YouTube private messages. So with that, I'll bid you all good night, and I'll see you next time.